What's good? What's good, Smokers Hut? I'm back, and today I'm trying to get more professional, more and more professional. So I got a new light, so this one won't be going out as often. I have another light, but it's it's under commission right now, right? So today I'm gonna talk to you guys about two things, and I don't really know what to call them. But oh wait, hold on. Got a little something. Gotta make sure I do this right. All right. All right. So today, since it's just going around so much, and I know I made a video about this already. You guys already know how I feel about it. Hold on one second. One second. Yeah. You guys already know how I feel about it. But today, I want to talk to you guys about not snitching or ratting. I want to talk about just why. Because in the last video, I explained why I feel like it's wrong. Now I'm going to explain like universally why cooperating with the police, the white power structure, is wrong. And I'm not telling you to do illegal activity. If you have information for the police, it's your choice. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's your choice. But this is my opinion. And today I did something a little different. I actually wrote down, some bullet points, because sometimes in my videos I'm a little all over the place. So I wrote down a few things today to stay on topic and not to go off on any tangents, because I want it direct and concise so that no one can say, oh, that doesn't make sense, or, that's not logical. It's all logical. It's all written down. I proofread it to make sure it makes sense for even the biggest sellout, even the most brainwashed black man, for him to understand, or the most brainwashed Hispanic man, right? So let's get into it. We're going to start with that. And then the second half of the video, I'm going to get at these YouTubers, bro. These YouTubers who played with my name, played with my image, played with my likeness. And then when it came down to it, bro, they're sellouts too. They're sellouts, and they fucking, bro, I'll get into that later. Trust me. They're going to get what's coming to them, right? But first, let's get into this. All right. So let's get into it. Ratting, being a rat, being a ratatouille, right? Here's the thing. This is what you're doing when you rat. And I'm not saying certain things, like if you're an old woman, you need protection or whatever. Still, I'd rather you go to a black community leader about this problem, and black people get together and solve the problem themselves, because if you don't know how to solve your own community's problem, you will not have a community. That's the reality of the situation. If you always have to tug on someone's fucking pant leg or on their shirt and say, oh, Marquise did this, can you do something? Oh, Brian did this, can you do something? Oh, Jamal did this, can you do something? Oh, Cordell did this, Arrow did this, can you please do something? Because we can't do anything. As long as you're like that, bro, you're always going to be subservient, and you're going to be the poorest group in the country. It just is what it is. So you can keep, tapping that person on the shoulder and making them fix your issues. But until we as a community can fix our own people and issues, we're not going to go anywhere, bro. We're not. And you can keep telling the community to do this and stuff, but that's not how you fix a community. That's not how you get better as a people. That's not how you evolve as a people. So, but let's get into it. That's not even the point. But you see where I'm going with this. And if you're black, you should already agree with me. But let's see. So snitching, ratting, working with the same people who used to keep you in slavery, working with, and this isn't long ago. We're acting like, they're like, oh, that, times have changed. No, you're working with the same people who keep you in poverty, used to beat you, really still would beat you if the cameras weren't on their chest now. That's the only reason they're not beating your ass daily. And really they are. They're just not, what's it called? It's not highly publicized because no one's dying on camera like George Floyd. You got to die on camera. Then you get a You get some people. All right, but here we go. Ratting, snitching. When you do this, and when you promote people to do this, what you're doing, and I don't care if you acknowledge it or not, what you're doing is you're admitting that your community doesn't have enough intelligence or sanity to reprimand its wrongdoers on its own, and it needs outsiders for correction. That is what you're doing. When you go outside of your community to the police or to any white man or any, and not even just white men. Let's say the police are black, but they're not from your community, or they work for the white power structure, which they do, because that's what a police officer does. They keep the community, they keep America in a certain location safe, you know? They keep it organized for the, in the eyes of the white power structure. This is organization, you know? It doesn't matter if you're poor as dirt, it's organized. You're organized in poverty. So as long as you're organized, they don't care if you're happy or not. It's about you being organized and watched, right? So so yeah, when you do that, you're admitting we can't reprimand this person. We don't know what to do with them. So we need the same person who oppressed us to figure out the rules, you know? Go get the group of people who oppressed us to find out what we can do with this person. That's what you're saying. That is what you're saying. We can't reprimand them because we don't have the morals, or we don't have the tools, or whatever it is. We don't have the capacity to reprimand them. So let's go to the white power structure that controlled us and ask them for more control for him. Okay. So that already doesn't sit right with me, right? But this is the next part. Let's get into bullet point 2. The snitch, or the rat. Hold on. Got a car speeding by. I need y'all to hear me. All right. The snitch, or the rat, is the same black man who would have sold other black Africans to white men because they were better. Let me say it again. The snitch or the rat is the same black man who would have sold other black Africans to white men because they were at odds, or for goods, or for a better life. Now, listen to this. You might hear me and say, it's not the same at all. It's not the same at all. It's completely different than Africans selling other Africans to Europeans and white men. It's completely different. Tell me this. When in Africa, because a lot of people might think, oh, Africans just took their own people and gave them to the white people. That's not what happened. What happened was Africans had their own wars, their own tribal affairs, their own problems in their own communities, right? And when they had wars, they would have POWs, they would have prisoners of war, just like we've had prisoners of war in America when they travel or when they go to war. So we've had prisoners of war in Africa. And when you have prisoners of war, when you have wrongdoers, some of them aren't prisoners of war. Some of them are just like, we have to monitor this person in the community because they do wrong. They've done wrong. So we have to monitor them, right? Those are the people that got sold into slavery. Believe it or not, those are the people, the wrongdoers, aka the people they were at odds with. Oh, that he's from another tribe anyway. Fuck that. Go with them. Go with them. I'm ratting. It's not even ratting, but it's like, I don't like you that much anyway, and you've done wrong in this community, so F it. Go with them. Go with them. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then they use those people to build America. Now, what happens when you go to prison? You work for free, or damn near for free. Or even if you're not working for free, you being a prisoner generates that money for that prison to stay open, because it's like, well, we have prisoners, so we need money for prisoners. We need money to take care of these prisoners because clearly, people are doing wrong, so there's need for the prison. You see? Now, when you do this, you are the same as the African man who sold his people into slavery, because, like I said, they were wrongdoers, quote unquote, wrongdoers, or they were tribal at war with you. So you saw it as not a big deal. And that's what they do now. Okay, I'm snitching. I'm going to the white man who I know is against me. I know isn't for me. I know doesn't want to see me succeed or my people succeed. But I'm going to go to him because, yeah, I might be out for myself. I might be benefiting for myself. But think about it. You know, we could benefit. And that guy, he's crazy anyway. He's a murderer, or he's this way anyway. Who's really going to miss him? So then they send him off. They get their gold, they get their guns, whatever, their silver. They get whatever product they wanted so desperately. And they justify selling that black man because they say, well, he did this in the community anyway. So who cares if he goes with the Europeans? Who cares if he goes with the white man? He did this in our community, remember? And then you convince your own people, I guess. But in reality, you and your own people should have said, no, you stay over there. We will handle our justice system. We will have our own judicial system where we take care of our own people and we take care of our wrongdoers and we take care of whoever needs to be taken care of. But we do not need your assistance. We do not need you to come off your cold mountain and tell us what to do. We don't. We don't. Because every time you say that you should do that, oh, just tell. You are literally saying, bro, just sell that nigga. Just sell that nigga, bro. Just sell him. Get the gold, get the silver. Come home to your family. Come have fun. You'll have a better life after. Because F that guy. You know? He did wrong anyway. Okay, but because someone does wrong, you sell them to your enemy? And yes, the cops are my enemy. Yes, the white power structure is my enemy. They are my enemy. They know they're my enemy. They chose me as an enemy. I didn't choose them. They chose me as an enemy years ago. So, you know, we can act like that's not the reality, you know. And really, this situation is even worse than selling your people into slavery because, check this out. In slavery, at least the black person, he did wrong on his own doing. You see what I'm saying? He did wrong in Africa. He chose to go to war, or he chose to be a wrongdoer, and that's it. That's the end of the story. You had an opportunity. You could have been in a savannah, the safari. You could have did anything the fuck you wanted, but you chose to go to war with another tribe and you lost. So now, you know, you have to deal with whatever comes with that. Here, though, you have people in poverty where they're trying to get out. You see what I'm saying? They're literally trying their best to make ends meet, whether that's selling drugs, prostitution, whatever they do. You should just get a job, right? Obviously, you should just get a job, work hard, put your money aside. But when you're impoverished, when you don't have money, you usually make worse choices. I think we all can attest to that. And the longer you don't have money, the more likely you are to make a bad choice eventually, because you want to change your situation. It's human nature to want a better life, to be self-sufficient, to provide for self. You see what I'm saying? And if you notice that you're not progressing, you will do whatever it takes to progress. But the difference is, in Africa, that's your own tribe. You know, you can only blame black people. Oh, we're impoverished, or I want what that tribe has. That's you on you. But here, we know that the black community is more impoverished by systemic methods. So you're still saying, I know that you were put in a scenario where you probably won't make it out. You'll probably work your whole life, or a large percentage of your life, if you choose the working route, if you choose the right route. But you know that the game is rigged against them. They have influences telling them, you know, drink malt liquor all the time, fucking smoke 10 blunts a day, different things. I'm not saying there's a time and place for fun, but I'm saying the black community has been taught a lot of nonsense. And then on top of it, they know that the odds are within from year one, from a baby to year 25, when they're trying to develop a life, they will make a mistake. And then the white power structure has the option to either throw the book at them, or, you know, let this person have another chance at life. But if they throw the book at them, their whole life changes. And even if they don't throw the book at them, now they're being monitored. They're being watched for 2 or 3 years or 4 years. And we as black people have been so brainwashed that we're like, well, you shouldn't have did wrong. You knew the game. Y'all know how it goes. No, we need to start being like, no, I don't care. What did this person do exactly? Oh, they sold drugs. All right. Well, let's make sure that they don't sell drugs anymore. Let's try to give them an opportunity for a better job. And really, you don't need to talk with the fucking white people about this because the white person needs a prisoner. They need prisoners because if you have no prisoners, the government's going to say, why is this prison open? Why are we funding this if there's no prisoners? So yes, they have an incentive to see the black community make a mistake, which is why per percentage wise, there's more black people in poverty, yet there's way more white people, but I'm saying there's way more black people percentage wise in poverty. And with poverty, you usually have robberies, you usually have drug dealing, you usually have prostitution. And that's not a black thing. That's not a black thing or a white thing. That's anyone. You put anyone in poverty. It could be Spanish, black, white, Asian. You put them in a impoverished area and you put money around them. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to steal from their neighbors and stuff to try to get ahead, to try to expand. And I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying it's by design. So why are we, it's like putting not a hamster. It's like putting a rat in a fucking maze. And you know that the maze has trapdoors because you put the trapdoors there and you want them to step on the trapdoors. But but you also put the cheese after the trapdoors. So you're like, for him to get this cheese, there's one route he can take that's not extremely, I won't even say extremely. There's one route the rat can take that is difficult. It's challenging. But there's 40 other routes the rat can take that are a little easier, but there's a trap door on each route. Now, most likely the rat is going to choose the easier routes and get hit by like 3 or 4 trap doors before it even tries the challenging method. And even if it tries the challenging method, it might not make it. So when it's trying this challenging method, it's a good chance it gives up and says, I'm going back down the quick route. I'm going back down the trapdoor route. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. But the point is, being successful is challenging, even if you're not born in poverty. So imagine if you're born in poverty, you have no examples, your household isn't teaching you education or anything like that. The people around you aren't talking about building a business or doing something online. They're just talking about, how are we going to get this money? I heard about this dude last week. He robbed this store or something. I might try that. It's not a good example. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying those examples are what's in poverty. And then you take that person in poverty and blame them for making choices that any human would make in poverty. And you say, oh, it's because they're black, or oh, it's because they want to be tough, or oh, they want to be a gang member. A lot of these people join gangs because they're like, I ain't got no other option, bro. My family is either on drugs or fucking, they just don't care about me. So I'm going to join a gang because at least it's some type of brotherhood. And then we take those people and we criminalize them and we make them seem like, just like they have no brain. But really, that is human nature to self-preserve and say, I'm going to do whatever I can to provide for my family. F these rules, F these things, because I'm hungry. My kids are hungry. My kids want, new shoes and stuff. They complaining to me. And you got to go and do that. And you have to make that choice. And if you make the wrong choice, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you could have just worked. You could have just worked. But that's not reality. That's not real. Most people are going to try the easy route. And the US government knows that, and they depend on you using your human instinct to say, well, this is a little easier. Let me try this. And then it's that gotcha moment. Now you have a criminal record. It's hard as fuck to get a job. And then later in life, you're happy to even get the little BS job that you do end up getting because you're like, oh, thank God. At least I could work at this 7-Eleven because shit, no one was hiring me for a minute, bro. And it's like, so my whole life is ruined now because I didn't follow your rules, when in reality, I wouldn't even be in this country if you had followed your rules. That's the other thing, the hypocrisy of this government. If the US government was nothing but sunshine and rainbows throughout history, I'd be like, well, shit, there's nothing I could say. They follow the rules, they walk it like they talk it. But bro, the US government has done terrible things, is still doing terrible things. And then they tell their people like, how could you do this? Like you're a criminal. It's like, bro, you are a criminal. The only reason you have power to put me in prison is because of the criminal things you've done across the globe all this time. So then you turn around and say to the black people who still are here or who came here, follow these rules. And even though it's much harder for you to follow it, like you don't have maybe a huge house or a lot of money, or a college you're going to, you don't have any of those things, or you don't know finance, you don't know how to invest, you don't know nothing, but you're playing the same game as me. And my dad taught me that, or my mom taught me that, or someone taught me how to do these things. And it's just the scale is unbalanced when you're talking about someone in poverty versus someone in middle class or upper class. It's just not the same. And then you're holding that person to the same standards and then telling the people up top, look what they did. It's fucking lame, bro. It's fucking lame. And I'm not in a gang. I'm not doing anything illegal. Bro, I can see through the facade because I've had a lot of white friends. I know the power structure and I know what they're doing, because it's if you take off your blinders for a second, and if you take off the brainwashing, you will see that it's a very simple system. A very simple system. And they get, what they do is they get the smartest. The smart black people, they get us early. They know the ones who are going to be a problem, bro. And they need to brainwash us a little more. So they'll put people around us to change the way we think. They will create situations to change the way we think. They will show us situations that change the way we think until we say, oh, I get it. This is the power structure. And yes, it's by our oppressor. And yes, our oppressor doesn't like us. And yes, our oppressor doesn't care about us. But this is the way. This is the best way it can be. And it's like, no, dude, you just think that because, first of all, you have no power to disagree. Like, if you disagree too much, like I'm doing right here, your life could get problematic. I just don't care anymore. But I'm saying, first there's the power dynamic there. They have weapons, handcuffs, all these things, prisons. So you're sitting there like, I'm not going to go against the grain too much. I kind of need these people for my career to progress, or for me to be, looked at as a sane American, a part of the system. So you don't want to ruffle any feathers. And then on top of that, you're like, these people, what do I have to gain from disagreeing with these people? Nothing, but you have everything to lose by agreeing with them, in my opinion. Because once you agree that their structure is sound, once you agree that, okay, your morality, your structure, even though you disobeyed all these laws, but we subscribe to this, you win. We subscribe to your society and way of thinking. Once you do that, you have no ground to stand on for your own laws or rules. You don't, because it's like, you already said that our rules are God. Our rules are number one. If someone breaks these, they go to prison or they get in trouble. So be careful when you sit there and say, oh, well, the law is the law. That's what we subscribe to. Because don't forget, the law was for your black ass not to drink from a water fountain if white people drank from it. The law was for your black ass not to vote. The law was for your black ass not to own a home. The law was for you not to go to school with white people. The law was for you never to even have an education. You know what I'm saying? The law used to be that you weren't even a full human. You were 3/5 of a man. You weren't even, so a little more than half. You weren't, you're a little more than half of a white man. You're 3/5 of a white man. That used to be the law. So don't sit here and say, well, they broke the law. They broke the law. Because if back then I would have been breaking the law every day, I would have been trying. I mean, this is hypothetical, but knowing who I am today, I feel like there's a good chance I would have been drinking from the white water fountains, trying to, do everything I could. But that's easier said than done, because at the time, you're probably scared and all these things. But I'm just saying, don't sit there and be like, oh, well, the law is the law, because the law is designed to keep black people down. It is. Look at the statistics, bro. I'm not making this stuff up. Go look it up. Go look up how many black people are in prison. I'm not making this stuff up. I don't have to make it up. I wouldn't be sitting here for 30 minutes so far, wasting my time for something that isn't true. Okay, so this goes into my third point, though. Here we go. By cooperating with the white power structure, aka the police, you are confirming their ownership and their laws of the land, and that any man who breaks the white law should be punished. So I had already basically said this, but yeah, when you say go tell Go tell the white power structure. Go tell, and I know that black people work for the white power structure. I know a lot of judges are black. A lot of the, because they want, bro, they're the same as the fucking the people who helped fucking Christopher Columbus, the black people who helped that shit. They're the same. They're the same people, bro. Like, not to say, like I said, the guy who helped Christopher Columbus, the black man who helped Christopher Columbus navigate to America and all that shit, bro. He didn't know what his plan was for America. He didn't know that it was going to be racist and slavery and all these things. When the Moors were helping Italy and stuff, they didn't know that Europe's plan was going to be that. But anyone who, if you're from the outside looking in, you could see this coming. You see what I'm saying? You could see it coming. But right, they help these people find America. And this is the same thing with the black judges, all these black people in the judicial system. You are helping the white power structure. You are not running shit. You're not running anything, bro. You're like, that's the thing. Black people have this complex where they think because they've been given a position of high power, they've been given a good job. They're like, oh, I'm running this, girl. You're not running anything. Like, you're not. You're literally a little branch off of a huge tree called white supremacy, and you've decided to latch onto that tree for a good job or for a opportunity or to make a change. But guess what? You cannot make a change while being part of something that is designed to stay the same. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's like me joining the Boy Scouts, bro, or some group and saying, I'm gonna change everything about this place. No, you're not. At absolute most, maybe you could change the design on the cookie boxes or something. But we're not changing the fucking organization. We might hear your ideas, and even if we do change it, let's say you do make a change, your change and your ideas have to be approved by us. So yeah, we'll hear your ideas, the white power structure. Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll use it. And maybe we'll give you credit for it if we feel like it. But you're definitely not coming in here calling the shots because I hired you. First of all, if I want another judge, I'll get another judge. Like, you're not going to go against the grain of what I've built here or my ancestors have built or the forefathers of this country have built, which is systemic racism. So if you come in here and you're like, oh, well, you know, let's change this around, change that around. They might hear you out for a bit, but if you start ruffling too many feathers, this is a designed thing. You're not coming in here changing up things. This is designed for this amount of people to be locked up every year. This amount of people, we have a system here. And black people seem to think that when they get a high position or something that they fought and broke through the barrier. It's like, no, you were chosen. Somebody hired you and gave you your thing, your badge, your hammer. Someone gave you these things and said, you are able-bodied enough. You are capable enough. You are agreeable enough with us to do this. Like me, bro, I'll never be a judge. I could go to school forever. I'll never be a judge. You know why? Because they're going to say, Arrow, we know that you're going to be biased a little bit. And we need unbiasedness. We need that's what they're going to say. But really what they're going to say is, we know that you're going to have black favoritism and we can't have that. We need you to be, we need you to lock up some black people, bro. We can't just have white people going to jail because that's not what the prison system's for, to be honest. And that's another thing. That's the final thing. Well, no. Hold on. Okay, no, I want to get into this and then I'm going to get into my last 2 points about ratting and working with the cops. That's the other thing. You sit here. See, now I'm about to show you how much black people have been brainwashed. Black people will convince each other and their community to tell the cops, right? Tell the police. Talk to the police. Talk to the police. Tell. Bro, do you think that the white supremacist groups and the KKK, things like that, bro, the Klan, bro, do you think that they even mutter the words, maybe we should just tell? Hell no, bro. Hell no. And you're sitting here because they know, first of all, they know, last thing I'm going to do is tell on myself or my brother, because really, what does telling do? It just brings someone else into the mix of the situation, right? So these white supremacist groups, bro, they're solid. You know why they're solid? Because there's strength in solidarity. If you're flaky, I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how many crimes you've committed. If you're flaky and will turn on your brother, you don't have an organization and you have no unity. And that's what the police force wants. Bro, no, you're not having guns. No, you're not being together. No, you're not having a bunch of cookouts. Boom, Rico, nigga, Rico. You're not hanging out. You're not seeing your family anymore. You're not doing anything anymore unless we let you. You won't even have a good job if we don't let you. That's how much power we have. That's what the white power structure is saying. And, these white supremacy groups, bro, they're solid. They're not even thinking about that. And if they do get caught up by the cops, guess what? F off, bro. F off. That's it. I don't got to answer nothing to you. You think you're better than me? Why? I'm white, you're white. Why are you better than me? Because you got a badge on? Fuck out of here. And guess what? That white supremacist will be out at the end of the week. At the end of the week. Because also, white supremacists make sure if they get locked up, guess what? There's other people sitting there saying, why is Bobby locked up? I'm about to go down there. I'm about to go down there. They must have lost their mind. So, and also, a lot of these cops are in the same group. You see what I'm saying? There's not a ton of Black Panthers who are also cops. There's just not, because as a Black Panther, you're like, bro, I'm not joining your organization. I'm not helping you lock up Black people. You see what I'm saying? But there's a good amount of white supremacists join the police force because they're like, well, shit, I'm a white supremacist, and this job actually does exactly what the fuck I wanted to do. I lock up Black people. They lock up Black people. I want to lock up Black people anyway. But I could do it legally. I could legally put Black people in cages. Oh shit, this is the job for me. So then they go and sign up and they're like, okay, I can't say I'm a white supremacist. I can't act like I'm a white supremacist. And I'm not saying all cops are like this, but a good amount of them are, bro. A good amount of them are. I can't say I'm a white supremacist. I can't say I'm racist because then I'll lose my job. It'll be a, news thing. It'll be a big thing. But deep inside of this cranium, I'm racist. And this is the perfect job for me to express that racism. I just can't say it. I just have to do the job, If I see, so just don't be stupid. Don't sit there and think, oh, Black people, we need to tell on each other because white people do it. No, they don't. They do not. They do not tell on each other. So stop convincing Black people to do it. That is that simple. A white supremacist group is not telling on each other, bro. They're solid. And that's why they continue to have power. And that's why they continue to have influence over this part of the earth. Because they're like, yeah, you got your rules and that's cool and that's cute. But guess what? I got my own rules that I've made with my brothers. And this is a brotherhood of the fucking clan. This is it. If you got a problem with it, then it's just war. That's just what it is. And we'll go at it that way. But they're not listening to this police force, bro. They're not scared of it. That's our problem. We're so scared of it that we're like, just go and tell. You want to be with your family, right? So if there was a Black man and a white person said, yo, you broke my rules. One of my rules is, don't slap people. And you slapped someone. So I'm going to put you in a cage. You'd be like, nigga, no. Like, think about this. If I arrow, right? If I was like, yo, straight up. If you not rep lifted, if you do not wear, like, if you're not repping lifted, bro, if you're not in lifted, bro, and if you don't carry peace, make some music, make some art, smoke some bud, have a good time. If I see you having a bad time, I'm putting you in a cage. If I see you carrying around negative energy, matter of fact, let's not even make it that twisted. If I see you selling drugs, let's say, or if I see you with a weapon, anything, if I see you do anything wrong, anything, it could be in the list of laws. If I see you do something wrong, I'm working on a structure. I'm building a complex that has cells in it. It has gates in it, prison gates, And if I see someone wrong, bro, I'm putting them in there. If they break my rules, I have 10 rules that I wrote down. And if they break those rules, I'm putting them in there. You know what you guys would say? You'd be like, Arrow, you're fucking crazy. that's not legal. And do you need mental help? Like, do you need mental help? Why do you want to do that? But because this system has been around since we were born and we're so instituted in it being normal, we don't even see it as crazy. We're like, oh yeah, they went to prison, they went to jail. Bro, they're in a cage. That's crazy. If a white person came to Africa and was like, oh, he's doing wrong, he's doing wrong to in my eyes, he's a wrongdoer and he needs to go to prison, I'd be like, nigga, fuck off, bro. In my eyes, you're a wrongdoer. How about that? And then we could just go at it, and that'll just be that. But we're not going to sit here and act like the white power structure has more of a moral ground to stand on, you know? Especially after putting black people, first of all, you hold them back from wealth for generations. Then when they come out of that period, where white people have invested and done all these things with their money, bought homes, all different types of things, and you're just getting started on the game. So now if you make any mistakes or try to take any shortcuts on that money journey, you get the fucking mousetrap snapped on you. Come on, bro. It's by design. It's by design. They let themselves get a head start in the American race, and they know that you're gonna have to do something to catch up. And when you do that something, or when you try to do that something to move ahead, whether it's criminal activity, whatever it is, that's when they snap the trap on you, bro. And it's by design, so that when they snap that trap, now we're making more money. This person's life is ruined, and they probably. The other thing that no one thinks about with prison is while you're in prison, you're not reproducing, bro. It's all to keep the black population down, bro. And y'all are sitting here promoting it. I don't know why. I don't know who told you that you have to do that. Like, you do not have to do that. Let's go to the next. All right, let's go to the next point. The white power structure hopes and prays that the black youth makes mistakes to continue the prison and judicial system, and to also make black America seem even more violent and unintelligent to the rest of the world. Statistically, people who are more likely to break the law / the rules when they have little to no money, aka poverty. Statistically, people are more likely to break the law or the rules when they have little to no money, aka poverty. So yeah, when they have when you're destitute, you're more likely to break the laws. You're destitute because of the white power structure. You are. Because think about it. Why don't you have money? As a black person, why weren't you born? Why aren't a lot of black people born into money? And I'm not even talking about rich money. I'm just talking about stable money. Like, we're doing good. We own a couple homes, or we own a home or two. How many people? Not that many. And that's by design, you know? All right, so that's the next part. You're already born in behind the game, right? So now we're gonna get into the next. Also, in poverty, you have little to no good examples on how to correctly make it out of poverty. Hence why you're in poverty and more likely to make a wrong decision while in that condition. So when you're in poverty, the people around you, guess what they're usually in? Poverty. So whether they're older, younger, whatever, they don't have a bunch of good lessons and teachings on, oh, you want to be rich, you want to drive a sports car one day, you want to own houses, you want to own apartment buildings. This is how. How could they tell you how when they have never done it? You see what I'm saying? And they've never done it because they've never been educated on how to do it. They've never been given the opportunity. And I know you're all saying, why? Is the black people dumb? Why aren't they figuring this out? No, it's by design. They put things in front of you to keep you distracted and focused on nonsense so that you don't learn how to invest. You don't learn how to make something of yourself because if you learn how to make something of yourself, then they need a class. They need a working class that's always going to go and work and going to, be on that hamster wheel of living check to check because it keeps a good workforce. If everyone has ample income and extra money to spend, then there's going to be days where people are just like, yeah, I don't really need to work, so why am I working? They need to keep a certain amount of the population unintelligent and down. So that's what they do. And obviously the people in government, the police are going to say, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that at all. Of course they're going to say, no, we don't do that. But bro, it's by design. Where you're born as a black person, it's by design, bro. Okay, so Yeah, I literally wrote that. This is not a mistake, and it's by design for the black community specifically. Um, Now we're going to the next bullet point, and then I'm basically done with this. I hope I've expressed myself to the fullest because it's pretty clear. It's pretty easy to see what I'm saying. You know, if it was up to this, if it was up to the same structure, bro, you wouldn't be able to do anything. You wouldn't even be able to. You would be a slave. Like, you understand that, right? That's the same structure. You would be a slave. Black people had to work for everything they got, had to fight for every little thing, every little right, just to even be considered a human. And you think that that all changed overnight or over the past few years? No, bro. This is just a new, nicely wrapped, nicely gifted the gift wrap design of the same structure. But now, at least they say, no, it's not because you're black. It's because you made a mistake. You made a mistake that we knew you were going to make because you're born in a area that's not that rich, you know? And we don't know you're going to make it. There's a slim chance you won't sell weed or do something where you trigger our monitoring. But most likely you are. And if not you, someone else will. So either way, we'll be in your community eventually is the point. Because one of you will make a mistake. And once we're there, once we have a reason to be there, then we're going to stick around. All we need is a reason. And they know that reason will come because humans in poverty, someone's going to try to find a way to get out, whether it's wrong or right. It's by design, bro. They're using psychology against us. Last point. If you promote talking to the white power structure about your people, communities, about your people, your communities, and their problems and shortcomings, then I do believe you are a sellout, whether you acknowledge it or not. So that's the other thing. A lot of times people will join these police forces and things and say, I'm not a sellout. I'm not a sellout. This is the way the world has to be. This is part of the way life is. You're brainwashed, bro, because the rules and structure of life have been with you since you were born. So you say, oh, well, this is the law. This is the way the world is. But like, look at abortion, like, right? Those laws just changed drastically in certain parts of the country. A lot of people are like, I can't get an abortion anymore. It's illegal. So, and why is it illegal? They're doing that in white areas. They're doing that in white areas, bro, to get the white numbers up, to get white people to have babies and shit. And you're sitting here still thinking, yeah, the law is for people to be happy, right? And for people to have equality and do what they want and live freely. No, nigga, the law is to keep this structure going. The law is to keep white people in power, bro. Like, people are so stupid. It's like, bro, they don't care about your happiness. They don't care about your right to get an abortion. They don't care about your right to do what you want with your body. Nah, these Spanish people and black people having more babies? Y'all ain't having no more babies. That's the new law. How about that? So don't sit here and tell me, well, you got to follow the law. You break the law, this is it. Because they'll change the law at a hat flip. And that's another thing. If you don't think they'll change the law when a white supremacist gets locked up or something, you're delusional. You're lying to yourself, bro. It's a game. It's a game. It's a gotcha. You didn't follow the rules, go to jail. But if they really, they won't even bother the white supremacists, bro. But if, let's say, black people or a group of minorities say this white supremacist has been doing this to me or to us, you know what they'll do? All right, let's research this. Either we didn't find anything on him, or we gave him a slap on the wrist. He won't bother you guys anymore, but he's out. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like everything's set in stone. It's not. And they literally tell you it's not. They're like, yeah, it's not set in stone. So yeah, you are a sellout because are you or are you not promoting and convincing our community to tell a white-owned power structure how to fix us? Are you or are you not telling a white power structure how to fix our people? When we do something wrong, we go to them. We don't go to each other and try to fix each other. We go to them. And that confirms in their head too, oh yeah, they are inferior to us. They can't even control themselves. When they act out, they can't even fix it with their own townspeople and elders. They have to come to us and use our prisons. It's embarrassing. So please stop promoting that. That's all I want to say. Um, this has been a 45-minute video. There's nothing you can say to dispute me. Like, that is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That is the system. That is. I don't know what, yeah, you might want me to change my mentality, but from what I can see, that is the system. And I'm not super racist. Like, I'm not like a person who's like, oh, the white people, all white people are out to get us. But no, but that system's out to get us, bro. It is. It is. And I don't care how many black people join that system, because they need black people. They need black faces to say, see, it's just the law. They're black, they're Hispanic, they're this, they follow it. So it's just the law. But why are black people the ones mainly in poverty and mainly the ones who are going to make these errors in life? Why is that? You see what I'm saying? Why is it that, yes, that's the law, but why do black people have to climb through these impoverished neighborhoods way more often than their white counterparts? That's the design part. And then when you're constantly being brought into prison and stuff, and your life is slowly being stripped away from you, you'll notice, oh shit, this was by design. Even certain people you meet, bro, if you've ever been in a, I don't want to say a poor neighborhood, but like even if you're just a black person, bro, certain people will come up to you with ideas and stuff, like illegal ideas, and you're like, my nigga, what? Like, they try to set you up. They try to set you up. They come to you with illegal ideas or try to get information or have a conversation, and you're like, where is this going? If you've ever been in that situation, then you know. If you haven't, then you don't. But I'm telling you, they want you to make a mistake. Nigga, please fuck up, because we need money. Please make a mistake so that we can throw you in jail and benefit, and you could have less kids. Like, and I know what you're saying. And a lot of people are like, bro, just snitch, come home, see your family. But bro, that's a power thing. That's a power thing. Like, that has nothing to do with him being right or wrong. That's like, if, think of it this way. Two tribes in Africa are warring, right? One of the tribes are very powerful in Africa. Very, very powerful. They get caught. Now, the very powerful tribe in Africa has two leaders, let's say, two leaders. And the other tribe has two leaders. So they're warring. These two leaders are warring. One of the tribesmen from one of the tribes, he gets captured by a European. And they say, tell on your other tribesmen, because we need to know, what they've been up to. We need to know what they're doing. First of all, you're giving up your intel. Whatever you've learned in the past 10 years of working with these people, you're about to give up all that information, whether it's how to make money, whether it's, how you got your weapons. All of that is about to go to the Europeans if you fold. And this is a direct correlation today and then, because a lot of people have figured out ways to maneuver around the system or, duck technology. And now when you snitch, you're giving up all that information too. Let's not forget that. You're making this system, when you snitch, you're making this control system way more foolproof. You are. You're making, because whatever way you got around with, whatever way you got away with it or snuck around this control system, the monitoring system, now they know to foolproof that. Oh, okay, he used this app. All right, let's make sure that never happens again. And then you're slowly but surely enslaving humanity. But anyway, so the European catches this tribesman leader, right? And he's away. He's in a cage somewhere for now. And his wife is like, please come home, just tell. Because they're like, we want to know the secrets y'all did. We want to know the work y'all put in. We want to know everything about it, or we're not letting you free. So then, think of it this way. I'm serious. Think of it this way. So this is your tribe. This is your tribe. And your wife is like, please just tell. And he's like, no, I'm solid. We can't tell, because if we do tell, we're all going down. And really, like, I might come back to you, but, I don't even know these people. And I might not come back to you too. That's an option too. But let's say they capture him. You bro, you would be, if you promote, cooperating, you would be in this tribe. You would be part of this tribe, right? With the two leaders. And you would be sitting there saying, tell the European, we want you to come home. Now, if you tell them, it's a lose-lose, bro. It's just prison. It's just war. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, let's say you do come home. Let's go down the two options. You tell them your secrets of the empire and you go home. Now your empire, it might still be strong for a little while, but someone else knows your secrets. Someone else knows exactly how you operate. Someone else knows everything about your right-hand man. It's that simple. This empire is now dissolved. This empire is now being watched by the Europeans because this man wanted to come home and see his family, right? Now, if this man, so he comes home, sees his family, but they have all their secrets and they get dominated in like 20 years later because fucking he gave up all the secrets. They knew everything about these two because they had him in captivity. Now, let's say he didn't tell, right? Let's say he goes away. Whoa, he's going to Europe. They put him in a cage. And everyone, the majority of these people are like, don't tell him the secrets of our empire. Don't tell on your right-hand man. Don't tell. And he doesn't. So he rots in prison. Because that's what prison is, really. It's just a torture tactic. So so he stays in prison and he rots there, and he's rotting, and eventually he dies there. Now this empire still has their secrets. He gets a new right-hand man eventually, right? He gets a new right-hand man. This man, he's gone. And yes, he didn't get to have kids or anything, but the empire's secrets are safe. The empire's secrets are safe, and this guy has a new right-hand man. And not only that, now this empire has a new enemy. Now this empire has a new enemy called Europe. You know what I'm saying? Now they say, well, I'll never forget. Those people took my right-hand man. That those people took my, my co-defendant per se, or my empire leader. They took him. He didn't rat. He didn't say anything to those idiots, but they took him and they wanted him to. So now we still have our empire. And we might have to go to war with them if they try that again. But, they killed one of my people. So it's a problem. It's just a problem. That's it. It's just a problem. It's not no this or that. And the European might say, well, he broke the rules. It's like, nigga, what rules, bro? Like, this is my empire. You came into my community and you're telling me, oh, these are the rules of the land. These are the laws of the land. It's like, all right. That's the laws of your land. So take your ass back to your land and you tell your people what to do. It's that simple. But don't tell my people what to do. You can only tell people what to do if you have control over them. So stop giving these people complete control over society and rules and morals because they're not even moral people. You see what I'm saying? All right. And this has almost been an hour, so I'm going to get off of here soon. But I just want to get into a couple of these YouTubers. A lot of y'all, cause the reason I don't respect a lot of y'all YouTubers, bro. Some of y'all I respect, but some of y'all I don't respect. The reason I don't is because a lot of y'all used my image and likeness for like half a year, and used one of my life stories to like be funny, and I didn't benefit from it at all. And I just don't respect y'all no more. Because, like, you're trying to get a rise off of my life, bro. And y'all are old as shit. Like, bro, come on, bro. No respect for that. No respect. A lot of y'all are old as fuck. And another thing. A lot of y'all be giving entertainment advice. Like, advice. This is the way the entertainment industry works. This is how it works. This is how it goes. Y'all niggas didn't even rap. Bro. Most of y'all didn't even try to be in entertainment. So how the fuck are you telling me how it works? How are you telling anyone how it works when you never tried to rap or dance or sing? And you sitting here telling everyone, this is the way it is. Like, how do you know that, nigga? Like, how do you know? And then in the same breath, it's like, I never wanted to be one of these rappers. I never wanted to be one of these singers or dancers. I never wanted to entertain. And it's like, so how the fuck do you know how the entertainment industry works, bro? You got to pick a side. Either you are in the entertainment industry or you aren't. You can't be in the entertainment industry, but you're also saying, oh no, F entertainers. Like, pick a side, bro. Are you in it enough to know about it, or are you not in it? Because if you're not in it, then you can't give advice on how it works. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, well, this is how it works. How do you know if you never did it? You know, or they'll make violence like comical for views. It's like, oh, this is funny. Like, this nigga got shot. It's like, bro, come on. Are we trying to make the community better, or are we trying to be funny at the problems? That's the thing. Everyone wants to be funny at the problems instead of focusing on the root of the problem. Why are people living like this? Why are they doing this? Oh, well, why'd you steal from this person? I was poor. Why'd you murder this person? I was angry. I was upset. Why were you angry and upset? Well, I can't pay my fucking rent. I'm at my wit's end. Damn. Well, why can't you pay your rent? I already went to prison. I can't get a good job. It all trickles down back to that white supremacy shit, bro. There's no reason. I mean, unless you're clinically insane and you're violent to the community, there's no reason why we should be sending our people to these white prisons. There's no reason. None at all. None at all. So, yeah, stop making violence comical, bro. Violence is not funny in the black community. If you want to make a song about it or some shit, that's one thing. But like, bro, making fun of people getting shot in the head and shit, bro, I don't find it funny at all. I don't get the end goal of that. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's what I was saying. No one speaks on why the black community is suffering in the first place. No, they just talk about the problems in the community. But why is the black community poor? Why are black people some of the poorest people in America? Why? You enlighten me. Was it the years of being restricted from investing? Was it the years of not being able to be bankers, or, not being able to get education? And that's another thing. Education. What do you need to get an education? What do you need to go to Harvard? Obviously you need good grades. You have to be smart. But let's say you're not a kid genius. Let's say you're not just super smart. What do you need to go to a good school? Money. Money. What do you need to take cooking classes, any classes, art classes, anything? Money. And we all know America has restricted black people. We're just on a train that we've been put on the fourth car of the train. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the train's going, but you're just never, the door is locked. Like, it's extremely hard to reach that level of where you should be, considering how long your family has been in America, because you weren't allowed to invest. You weren't allowed to do banking. You weren't allowed to own homes. You weren't allowed to go to school. So now that you are, it's not like they gave you anything or stimulus package or anything. You're just out here, bro. That's it. Good luck. We already have savings accounts. We already have interest growing. We already have stocks paying us dividends. We already have homes that we rent out. But good luck. You have to go and save $100,000 for a down payment, or you have to save $40,000 or $50,000 for a down payment. Good luck. And by the time you do that, you might be 30 or 40 years old. So fuck it. Half your life is gone. And I'm already living off of passive income. Bro, it's by design. If you're living off passive income, you're way less likely to make a stupid ass decision. I'm not going to ruin all this that I've built or my parents have built for me, no, I'm living great. Get $400 every week or so. Like, what do I look like? I'm renting out my basement, bro. And I don't even live in that house. I'm renting out the basement and the upstairs, and I don't even live in that house. You don't even own a house. Like, let's just stop. Let's just stop being ridiculous. But yeah, stop talking about the black community. No one's talking about why we're suffering in the first place, like by the systemic design things. But everyone just talks about the problems that we commit. Oh, why are they acting like that? Because they're poor, bro. But white people would do the same thing. Why are they acting like that? Because they're poor. Any decision, because they're poor. I'm telling you. Think about it. Think about it. Stealing, because they're poor. Prostitution, because they're poor. Drug dealing, because they're poor. You don't do any of those things if you're living in a mansion and have everything you want. You might make the mistake of doing that, but with an education and with the life you want, I think it's way less likely. But with no education on the choices you're making and no money, you're likely to make stupid ass decisions because you're hungry, you want more, And you don't have the education to say, oh, there's a better way to do this. I could invest, or I could start a business. You know, if no one teaches you that, you don't have that voice in your head because you never heard the voice. Come on, y'all. Like I said, every time I'm on the motherfucking smoker's hut, I'm giving y'all facts, bro. I'm giving y'all facts. Everyone else is fake, bro. Everyone else is fake, bro. I'm risking my life out here. Everyone else is fake. And I don't hate white people. I don't hate white people. Don't ever forget that. Like, my grandmama's half white. Don't ever forget. And I love Mima. I love my grandma. So don't ever forget that. I don't hate white people, but the white power structure, poverty, the prison system, police, that is by design. It's by design to keep you down. Look at it statistically. I can't lie to my people. There's no point of me doing this if I lie to y'all. I hope you watch the whole video because it's extremely important that you watch the entire thing. But yeah, my phone's about to die. So please like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Make sure you pop out January 6th if you're on Long Island. Rams American Pub. We going up, up, up. And, you know, everything's lit. Everything's litty. Love life. Share love. Don't ever think that somebody has a moral high ground over you. You are a beautiful person. You just need, if you're making the wrong decisions, you just need education and some time and focus. I'm serious. Don't think that you're less than because you're going through a hard time. And don't think that you have to go and tug on a white man's pant leg and say, oh, he's doing this. Go fix that shit yourself. And I'm not saying go get involved in nonsense, but if that's your friend or someone you know and you know it's wrong, just be like, yo, my G, there's got to be a better way than this. There's got to be. There's got to be. But telling that white power structure about your wrongdoings is not going to help anyone, bro. It's not. And I know y'all think I'm saying this because I'm trying to be tough or whatever. No, I'm genuinely telling you that you're going to ruin your community by looking at these people as God or as some type of moral high ground or moral savior. That's it. On that note, deuces to the smoker's hut. I'll catch you guys on another dizzy. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say. On that note, peace.